when I was working at TechCom down in Philadelphia, this situation happened, and it was pretty good and a lucrative kind of a deal that happened. I was going to see a doctor. He was a neurologist, and you know, you go in and tell him what's going on and all. And then he kind of asked me out of the blue. He said, "What do you do for a living?" And I told him, "Well, I sell professional audio equipment, and I help people put recording studios together." And he said, "I knew one day somebody like you would come through my office." And I said, "Oh." And he said, "Yeah, I need to talk to you." But he says, "I'm not going to talk to you in the office because it's you're here for you." But he said, "Tell me where you work, leave a card at the front desk." He says, "I want to come down and meet with you." And I said, "Okay." So he called me up and came down to TechCom that was in Philadelphia. And he came with his brother. And his brother's a dentist. And the two of them wanted to put studios together. Well, and they back then there was no Pro Tools. It was kind of a tape machine and a small console and the microphones and the speakers. So I put the whole thing together. They asked me a million questions. And then when we were done, the one guy said, "Okay, now take that whole invoice and double it." I said, "Why?" He says, "Because we're going to do one for me and one for my brother." And then he said, "Just come over and help me get it up and running." And I said, "Okay." And I think that's every pro audio sales guy's dream, is to put a big deal together. It wasn't huge, but it was big enough. And then have them at the last minute say, "Just double the order." So I put them together for both of them, and they were super happy with the system. But I thought that was an interesting story.